Welcome to the Pokemon Squad. My name's John, and we're shining the light of Christ one ride at a time. Guys, one of our favorite brands, Ehaho,
God bless you,
has come and done it again, guys. They've got a complete blinker kit with horn, with switches and everything. And we're going to put it on our Uforce 800 XL today, guys. And so if you want to start the process of getting your rig street legal, this is an incredibly affordable way to do it. At the time of this recording, these things are about 50 bucks, and it comes with your front blinkers, your back blinkers, switches for hazard, switches for blinkers, and also it comes with a horn. And so we're going to dig on in here today, see what all it comes with, and see what it looks like on here. So let's get to it. All right, so we've got our box here. Nothing a whole lot on the outside. This is what you're looking at when you purchase this. So let's go ahead and open it up. You're going to see a mess ton of wiring. And this, I imagine, would be the horn. Just almost out of necessity. It almost have to be. And there it is. I think for safety, these things really should come with a horn, but we've got one now. Here are our switches. We've got our turn signal, and we got our hazard and our horn. So we'll be able to just horn and then swap the hazards on as well. Now, if you want, to turn the horn on, it may turn your hazards off, but I don't think that's a deal breaker. Looks like all of this is really pre-wired. We've got a big control box here. So this will go really kind of behind your dash. And then this is half of the wire goes to your battery or your power. It may go to your winch solenoid, or if you have the bus bar, this would go to that. And then this would connect to all of our other lights. So here are our lights. And then we've got the connectors that they go to. And it's quite a bit. Now it looks like this would be kind of really complicated. It really isn't. It's kind of already all wired up here. It comes with a bunch of zip ties too. But basically, what we'll do is on the end of all of these, make sure they're the ones you want. You'll just plug in one of your lights. So you'll just push it in and then screw it on. So they've got a good waterproof connection. And so there you go. And then once you do that to all of them, they hook up right here. And then this will plug into your control box, like so. And then once you put this on your power, you'll be ready to go. So we'll go ahead and just kind of put it on a battery and show you what that looks like. All right, so we've got it hooked up to our positive and our negative, and the switches are already ready to go. So hopefully you can see that. It even makes the noise, which I love. I didn't know it was going to do that. Lights up green, lights up green. We got the hazards. It lights both of them up. And this other cable said speaker, but obviously, if I would have thought about it, that's going to be for our horn. So first thing we'll do is hook up our horn. It does not matter where it goes, which side. So you just pick which one. I'm kind of scared how loud that's going to be. Now we need to connect our harness to our control box. Got them hooked up in there. All right, let's try it out and see. I'm kind of scared about how loud it's going to be. Oh my goodness gracious, it's ridiculously loud. At least right here on the table. Maybe not. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to do it again.
Heard that in the truck.
Oh yeah, it was loud. All right, so that works. When you push the button, it does light up. I'm going to unplug it when I show you that. But while you have it depressed, it lights up. And remember that other one we hooked up earlier? It's blinking as well. All right. And so whenever you put these on, they're labeled left, and right. Just make sure you follow that, or when you hit the blinker, you're going to have lights going on all different directions. So the next thing I want to do is just go ahead and put all these lights on. Where I'm at, usually red's for the back and amber is for the front. We're going to lay all this out on the ground so you can truly see exactly what this will look like if it was just pulled out of your machine somehow. It's almost like a circulatory system in your vehicle. Now, you may be wondering, where do these go? Now, on this one, you could zip tie them up. I believe the preferred method is actually to drill a hole and stick these through. And so you would just drill a hole about this big and then shove this rubber piece through, and it would make a seal. And so you could just say you wanted to put it, say you wanted it right here, which I don't even know if there's room for it right there. And I would put an amber one here. You could just drill your hole, run that right through there, and then you would have a light right there. I'll ask my son kind of where he thinks these should be. Like I said, there may not even be a free spot. Definitely look before you drill and make sure there's nothing on the back. Of course, though, you could just, put it somewhere like right here and throw a zip tie on it. And you could be good to go there as well. I don't think that would, look bad there. So the options are unlimited for these, and I think you'll have 4. So if you want to put one, say right here, and one right there, you definitely could. So you'd have some side marker lights as well. So let's get this thing unrolled and show you what it looks like on the ground. So imagine this is your machine. This would be your dash here, and you would have your buttons in there, and this would be right behind your dash compartment. Then this would run to the front of your machine, and I'll show you where the stock place is on a Uforce 800 XL. And then this would go to your power source. This isn't long enough to reach the battery on a Uforce 800 XL, but it is plenty long enough to reach the solenoid or the bus bar. I'll show you where those are at too. And so you would have your amber lights up front on both sides. You've got your connection where they all go together into the harness. And then you've got the back sides. And so I'm just going to come down here and just flip the switch. Now, probably look like it's backwards to you. I guess I'll turn it upside down. So there you go. Hopefully you can see that. Really, it's that simple. I've already wired this thing. Only hard part now is just getting it onto your machine. And that's not as difficult as you might think. So I'm going to show you where to mount the horn and where to plug your power into. I'll show you where to run your wires to the outside so you can get power. So let's take a tour of the machine itself. Okay, so on the Uforce 800 XL, now you can use this on absolutely any machine. That's the great thing about this. Your power sources will be the winch solenoid, which will be right here. If you flip that up and look in there, there is a red and a black. You can hook it up to that. Only downside to that is if you do that and you leave your blinker on, you will drain your battery. Guaranteed eventually. Now, it'll probably be hard to forget your blinkers on, but we all do it, don't we? Now, if you get one of these bus bars from Cfmoto, you can wire it to the accessory. Get that in focus. So if you wire it to the accessory, it will only be able to be powered on if you have the key. Now, I've got a video on how to put this in right here, but I promise you it's incredibly simple, and it's not really expensive. So, how do you get your wires from the inside of your dash out? You're just going to go right through here. You can just pop this out, feed your wires through and pop it back in. If you've got too many going in there, just take you a little razor wire, cut you a little bit more room, and you'll be able to do it. Now that will come out underneath here, and you can push it up to here. Now you can ignore this. I've got a fancy control box, but what's behind here is what you want to see. So we've got these blank switch panels. I know it's hard to see on mine. Looks like, I think we've got some up here as well on this machine. You can pull this off and pop those out. The way you pull that off on this machine is you just grab it right here, give it a good pull. Same here. Give it a good pull and just kind of work your way up. You will also pull the top out. And I'm doing it with one hand, and I want to be careful. But you can just pull the top part out too. Once you do that, you will just run your switches into these spots and make sure it's all connected, and just button everything back up. These little clips hold it in place. Mine came off, so before you put yours back on, if that happens, just slide that back on the little plastic prongs and it'll pop back in place, and it'll be like you never messed with it. How do you wire these underneath? Well, you can kind of see what I've done in the past. For the front, it should be easy enough. You can just follow this roll cage, follow this wiring harness here just all the way up, and then put it, you know, wherever you want it to. Now, like I said, whenever you drill your hole, make sure there's nothing behind it, or if you just choose to zip tie it, that's fine too. So you'll just follow that wiring harness to put them wherever you want. For the back, you will come out the side. I pull this little plastic part off. It's just a few clips. Pull those clips out. This thing will open up, and you can run your wire all the way down underneath the machine. Now when you get underneath the machine, let's see if I can give you a little light here. Oh, you can see it's dirty. Right in between the very outside machine and this is a channel, and your wires are pretty well protected in here because every, you know, foot there is a brace, and so just go over these braces every time. Go over the braces, and you can go all the way to the back just by doing that. It's really not hard. You're not drilling any holes or anything. You can just put that all the way back to the back. I'll show you where it comes out at. And it comes out just kind of right here on this side by the gas tank. You can see my red wire here. And it would be the same over on that side as well. It'll come up by the battery. And from here, you're just going to want to find where the brake light is already at. And so it looks like it's back here. You see that wire? You're going to want to just follow that and follow it to both sides. I would just zip tie that existing, or that wire we're running, to what's already there. And I would probably take this bottom reflector off and put one there, and then maybe one right here on the side. That's going to be personal preference. May depend on what's behind here, whether we can do that or not. And so the wiring itself isn't very difficult. You may end up with some extra wire. You're just going to want to bundle it up somewhere safe and zip tie it where it's out of the way. I would not run the wires like from here to there. You're just asking for issues. I definitely try to run it either alongside this frame or with that other wire. And so you could also just run both of the sides on one side together, and then when you get back here, you could split them out too. It might save you some time instead of going to each side All right, so I've got the horn hooked up. There's a hole right here for the stock horn to go through. I just found me a nut and a bolt that would fit. I put it through there and just tightened it up. And then down here, I just mounted in that other hole the back of this. Now I can just run my wires right here. When I blow my horn, and go straight out the front. So that's done. We'll just get the wiring finished now. All right, everybody, that is the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, guys. I don't think there's a cheaper, more complete option than what I've just showed you from Ehaho. It'll work on absolutely any machine, a golf cart, a motorcycle. I mean, you can put it on anything as long as you've got a battery and a place to put those switches. And so you cannot beat that, especially for the price. Now, my machine has a stock option where you can buy a switch and a flasher, but it ends up being over double what this is, and you still have to buy some stuff for the back. So, you know, it's all what you want, but guys, this will work just on, I mean, any machine with a battery. You put this on your lawnmower if you want to. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, tuning in once again. Don't forget, Jesus loves you so much he died for you, and all the honor and glory goes to God. Good night, good pulls. God bless.